Hey there, YouTubers. Right, so we are looking at this ID Cooling SE224XT Black CPU cooler. It's good for AM4 LGA 1200 1151. I am currently using it as a LGA 1151 on an i9 9900KF. All right, so let's talk about what we're going to do here. We are going to check the temps that this thing can do, and first I'm going to set power limits back to defaults if I can remember what they are, folks. I think this is like 95, somewhere in there. We'll put this back on later, but this helps drive up the heat. And then this guy, I don't know what it is. Let's say it's probably like 250. Whatever it is, it needs to be less than what it currently is. All right. See, this thing, usually it tells you what the default is. All right, so these may not be the default settings either. Default 47. Okay, so that one's not defaulted. 48. 48. That guy's 49. 50 and then 50. Okay, so now this is closer to what you would have at home. Oh, and then we need to set that back. All right, so we basically got our CPU temp cruising along at 33. Now, could this be lower? Yes, I've seen Noctua's definitely lower, just idling, not doing anything. This program is on, so you know it's using a whole 1%. So what we're gonna do a bunch of different benchmarks. I'm gonna run this benchmark inside of Extreme Tuning Utility. We'll see what the temp gets up to. Then I'm gonna run Cinebench R20. We'll check the, we'll clear out the info here, then we'll run that. We'll see what the temps get to. Then we'll go up to, let's see, maybe we'll do a 4.9 gigahertz all-core overclock, and then a 5 gigahertz all-core. Now, I don't have time to go through and fine-tune the V-cores, so we'll probably just look that up, to be honest with you. And then if I have time, I'll go back to defaults and everything, and we will change this to we'll do like 102.5 or 102.9 and have everything else zeroed out. So just so you can get an idea of whether this thing can, you know, handle the higher temps. We'll finish it up with a little Fortnite at the end, and I think that will be we'll run it at an overclock. So I'm going to run this the way it is. Then we will actually set the power limits back to unlimited because really we need it for the other stuff. All right, so let's run this. This video is going to take a long time, folks, so get your popcorn. All right, and it looks like my big fat head's in the way, so let's move that out of the way. Now what I'm, you know, checking here, thermal throttling, nope, oh, power limits. So right off the bat, we know we need more power. And I don't have the best power supply on this, so hopefully this won't come back to haunt us. Usually this guy comes up. All right, so that's pretty high, honestly. I think that's higher than a Cooler Master. Now, is that higher than the well, we wouldn't put an Intel stock cooler on this, but that wouldn't be that high. So let's do this again. Of course, we need to let it cool off. And if I plan this out better, folks, there would be, you know, some things that'll be better. I guarantee I'll make a mistake somewhere. Somebody will catch it. You know, we probably at some point we'll have to mess with our with these guys. This actually looks a little high, but I'm gonna leave it for now. All right. So I'm going to let this try and cool down a little because it's going to affect our numbers. And oh, yeah, I want to clear this out too, don't I? So one thing I've noticed about this, to be honest with you, it doesn't cool down the CPU that quick, which is kind of scary. It really looks sharp though. I mean, it looks well built, but so far it's not really meant for this kind of CPU, I believe. We'll see though. And of course, I'm leaning back in my chair. You guys can barely see me now, but it's probably better. All right, so you see how it's still saying hot. Then again, something's going on in the background. Huh, interesting. We have Radeon Live. All right, folks. Well, we're going to run it. Now, I wasn't paying attention what the benchmark was, but the benchmark should go up. And we won't get the power limit throttling message this time. But temps are definitely going up. $32.59. Okay, 85. So no thermal throttling, no power limit, and no current. So these, obviously these are not going to be exactly the same thing. 162, 156. So it's starting to suck up some juice. We did hit 4.76 gigahertz. Now, if we average this out, that's worse than what the average of these would be. So it's not performing as good as it could. All right, so from here, let's go 4.9. And like I said, I'm going to cheat, folks. 1.29 volts. We don't have all night to have me sit here and fine tune this thing. Okay, so we did that, right? What else do we need to do? We need to go back over to here. And 46 is perfect for this, right? We want to be 3 less. Now I need to let this cool off a little bit still. She's running a little hot. She's going to get a lot hotter here in a second. So previous max 84 here. It was 85 up here. I'm going to clear this out again. I don't know why this takes me 100 times to do it. Okay, there we go. So, hopefully you guys out there are getting something out of this. Like, oh, okay. We'll see shortly if this thing's decent for overclocking. Running a benchmark is one thing versus what it is in a game. And honestly, Fortnite is not going to probably run any better at a 4.9 gigahertz all-core overclock. So from that aspect, we're wasting our time. And then, 5 gigahertz. All right, so she's cooled off enough. Let's hit it. Now, this number should be higher than the last one. And if all goes well, we will hit 4.9 gigahertz maximum processor frequency. But I'm thinking we're going to be held back by our CPU cooler. It's not. So far, it's not thermal throttling. but it is potentially a weak point here. So we're just shy for the max. That's not bad. Temp was 87. Of course, CPU utilization only got to 80%. 4.89. Just a little shy. 163 and 156 there. So let us go to 5 all across the board. Go back to our cheat sheet. 1.29. Well, excuse me. 1.32. Okay, so we got that. Now we got to come over here and change this to 47. All right, so power limit's good, so we shouldn't get this. I guarantee you, though, we will probably see this here in a second. I do not have a motherboard that has a second 1x4 for the CPU power. I don't know whether that would solve that, but my i7 10700K doesn't give me that message. So, all right, so 36. So it takes forever to drop those last couple degrees. It's one thing I don't like about the CPU cooler. All right, so we're ready, folks. Hopefully this sucker won't crash. Now, I don't believe I will use this CPU cooler on my i7 10700K. There you go. See the current EDP limit? Boom. So we're not going to hit the best numbers we could hit here. And we're going to come up shy of 5 gigahertz. Oh, well, actually, almost hit 5. So that should have been our highest benchmark here. And you know, I actually lied, folks. I did not run Cinebench for any of the other examples. So we'll do that here because this is really what matters. So we're at 90, right? This thing, you know, can handle 100, but we don't want to be at 100. No thermal throttling. So really, that says 87 there. Just so you guys can see this, 164. So we're not sucking up any more juice. It's kind of limited. All right, so I'm going to clear this out. We'll run Cinebench, and then we'll go back and check this out after the fact. So we got a little ice cream, folks. Which means I gotta get this video done sooner. All right. So 5156. Now I don't believe that's the highest I've gotten. I do believe that Trying to think. We had a higher score somewhere. I believe using the 850 watt power supply and different motherboard. The ASRock Z390 I have. So, let's see what we got here. Whoo! 99, folks. Did it thermal throttle? No, it did not. It was right there, though. Did get to 4.99. This went up 187. So Cinebench really stressed this thing a little bit more. All right, what else can we do, folks? Let's clear this out. I just dropped my spoon on the floor, which really stinks because you guys could have saw me eat ice cream in between. All right, so like I said, hopefully you guys are getting something out of this. Now, benchmarks are one thing, but once again, this is not, in my opinion, the ideal CPU cooler for overclocking. It's hanging in there. I don't believe I could go much higher than what we're seeing here, though. All right, so let's do Fortnite, or should we do? Let's do Rise of the Tomb Raider. Let's do that benchmark. I mean, what the hell? You guys have all day, right? All right, so that's the highest settings. And hopefully like I said, my big fat head is not blocking everything. All right, so we're gonna do benchmark. And I'm gonna go wash my spoon off. So big thing to note that, you know, maybe I should have said earlier, this is like on a test bench. So we're open to the room. The room temp is 72 Fahrenheit. Man, this ice cream's good. So if this thing was in a case, it would probably get pretty darn hot. All right, so that's pretty good. I think that's a pretty decent score. I should have ran this before I overclocked it, but that's not the point of this video. All right, so we're going to close this and we're going to check temps. See how that did. All right, so recent high, 81. So in a case, that would be even higher. We did hit 4.99, 157. Huh, okay. So I'm thinking we will we'll do Fortnite for a little bit. I don't know how long this is recording for, but so this will chart everything. I had a really good game going earlier. Thought I was going to finish in first, but we got beat. Which is rather depressing. So I don't know if you can tell, I'm in a hotel. I won't tell you guys where at, but I'm in a hotel. On the road again. And unfortunately, it's not that awesome Hawaii. Somewhere much worse. What is this crap? Claim. Used to increase the Battle Royale season level. Okay, I'll take it. It didn't do anything here, though. Alright, so I actually don't know if I like this Fortnite mirrors, but it doesn't appear there's much else I can do. So we'll do it. Just doesn't feel like Halloween this year. Definitely when you're on the road. And definitely with COVID. So we'll turn MSI Afterburner on in a bit. So I'm kind of curious though, you know, like I said, this is not ideal for this CPU, but what about a i5-9600K? Anybody's out there wants to see me make that video, which you guys probably don't, but truth is, it's too late. I've already made this one. So it's amazing how many videos you can make when you got all these computers. Or I should say all these computer components. Alright, so you can see we hit 5 gigahertz, which, you know, used to be a big deal. Now it's like, yeah. Yep. So I'm going to play for a little bit. I don't know if, maybe I should play to win today, huh? Would you guys like that? Instead of what I usually do, which is just screwing around. Trying to prolong my life long enough to wow, it is really low visibility today. So this has a bunch of chests on it if there's nobody there. And it looks like nobody's there. Nothing in there. So potentially this is a bad place on the map because I was expecting us to have a much higher FPS. Then again, I forgot this is not the RTX 2070 Super. Alright, so one of these areas, I think it's over here. Yeah, maybe I'm in a different spot on the map. Gets a lot of action. Is there something behind here? Nope. What is the point of this room? What a waste of my time. Is that a bot? It must be a bot. Like, how could they not even face me? Oh well. So I could have sworn there was one other thing. I thought that was a gold one. Alright. Who's that guy going after? Is there somebody else over here? Whoa. Oh, one of those stupid things. So he tried to get revenge on me and failed. I think somebody's trying to shoot me. That was a delayed reaction on my behalf. So we still don't have enough these stupid things are there? Uh-oh. Where'd he go? Oh wow. Okay, we'll take that for sure. And I like that machine gun over the one I have. I could have sworn I saw. This is just like a killing zone over here. Can I upgrade any of these? Nope. I need more concrete. We have to decide, assuming we don't get killed first. Are all these guys that bad? I mean, seriously? So I must have like, what, 7, 8 kills? But I don't think any of them were human. It's kind of ridiculous. I mean, they did not seem like good players. Where'd that guy go? He doesn't want to get shot. Another one bites the dust. I imagine I get credit for that. Never have enough shotgun shells. So there's 10 ghosts left. I think 7 players. Uh-oh. That wrecked my shield. I let him get too close, dang it. 8 ghosts left. It's already in this building. Yeah, I think I was. Oops. Oh well. This guy's actually pretty good. Oh, there's 2 of them. Oh, they got me. Wow. It was like they tag teamed me. So 4 players, 8 ghosts. I don't know if it actually pays to kill anybody. Oh wow, you can see who's left. Did not realize that. Or is that the ghost that you can see? Can I attack these guys? I'm not happy that they got me. There we go. Yeah. Well, we can consume all this stuff. So it appears sticking with somebody else is actually a good thing. And eating all of the stuff. Okay, where's somebody to kill? Oh, dang it. I guess we didn't play that so good. Alright, so all those kills I had, and I ended up 20th, really? 17 kills? So 361 average, not bad. This is the RTX 2060 Super, i9 9900 KF, overclocked, CPU 5 gigahertz, and for whatever reason we don't have the other information, but that was pretty good. So let's get out of here now. We got some easy kills. My ice cream's melting like crazy. And let's check this thing now. So while I was playing, the highest temp got to 90. That's not, you know, really good. We hit 4.99 and 77. So in summary, while this, you know, worked okay, and I say, you know, okay with a little o and very small k, with a basically on a test bench, this would not be good in a CPU case, and definitely not one that is not doesn't have good circulation. Now I say, you know, with the i9 9900KF it's not good. It may be okay with an i5 9600K. It may, you know, probably not any better with an i7 9700K, but maybe an i5 9600K. Probably the i3 9350KF would work. 10th gen wise, I don't think any of the Ks, you know, this would be a good match for it. Now, lock processors, this probably would be good for an i7 9700F, i7 10700, i7 9700, i7 10700, i7 8700. You get the picture. All those, this probably would get the job done. So, thanks for checking out the video. Please like, please subscribe. Thank you.